Hello everybody, what is going on? And welcome back to our Road to Glory career mode. I hope I find you well. Last time out was the Carabao Cup success after we defeated Manchester City on penalties. But coming up today, we've got Manchester United to start the day in an FA Cup tie, followed by later on Spurs in the Premier League as we look to hold on to the top spot. But Spurs at the moment are the only side to beat us in the Prem so far this season. So that is set to be a very good game indeed. But to start us off, as I said, Manchester United, FA Cup. I want to say this is the round before the quarterfinals, if I remember rightly. And we know that this isn't going to be an easy game. And that was proved to be the case after only 8 minutes when we found ourselves a 0-0 down. And it was a really, really clever finish as well. Karamo gets himself through on the right-hand side. Henderson, nothing he could have done about it. It's a really smart finish over the top of him into the far corner. Neither of our recovering defenders could get there to clear it off the line. And it meant we'd have to come back from a 0-0 down. But we do like the idea of a comeback, as you saw in that Carabao Cup final last time out. Pedro de la Vega made sure that we didn't have to wait too long to get back on level terms there with a thumping finish at the near post. But we had to defend again in the second half when we cleared this one off the line. Unfortunately, we weren't concentrating. The ball came back into our box and there was Scott McTominay with, it seemed like, all the time in the world to find the bottom corner. So again, behind 2-1. But De La Vega was a man on a mission. He had a tremendous game right here. Look at this for a bit of skill. Gets himself through. And there's the ball to the back post where Jose Perez, not the best finish in the world, but it crept in off the inside of the post. And it was 2-2, which meant we go to extra time where we had the upper hand, I'd say. Perez here to De La Vega. It would have been so nice for him to have got the goal here as we were looking for that near post. The goalkeeper read exactly what was going to happen. But in the end, it was Viktor Kovalenko, the man who got it. Credit as well the way to Jose Perez, because it was his run that dragged both central defenders out of position for Manchester United. It allowed Kovalenko to run into the space. He pulls it back, the calmest man in the place, and finesses it past the goalkeeper. Forest Green 3, Manchester United 2. What a win, but yeah, not an easy game. We had to go all the way into extra time, and even then, 5 goals in the game as well. But it was just nice, to get through to the quarterfinals now then. And potentially maybe even be on the way to another cup final. We'll see how that goes as we face West Ham later on in the day in the quarterfinals. But some sad news from that game as we came out. Dest, 4-month injury. And the worst part about it is I don't actually have a right back that's a sort of a good enough rating to step into the first team. So for now, we're going to try Pedrosa at right back, bring Augustinson in at left back. So Dest's season's over. You could argue he's been one of the best performers for us this season. But yeah, unfortunately, he'll play no further part if we are to go on to win a Premier League title. And he will be a big miss for us. You guys know how highly I think of him. So we'll see what kind of job Pedrosa can do in that right back spot for us. But our last post-con match came against West Brom, as I expected to pick up 3 points from this game. And as you would think, we were dominating. We were 1-0 up. I believe it was a simple tap-in for Bardi after some good work down the right-hand side from Alan St. Maximin. And then we looked for our second goal. Unfortunately, didn't find it, but that was the end of the game. We came away victors, a 1-0 win, 3 points in the bag. And that brings us then to the first of the live games of the day, which actually is that cup game. So we'll see what we can do in the quarterfinals. So after the Manchester United Cup game, we've now got West Ham in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And that has meant that the Manchester City game that we were supposed to have in the league has been rescheduled until next month. But we do have West Ham with a place at the semi-finals at stake. We will then jump into Spurs away and end the day with Everton at home, leaving Palace. And then we move into April, where this is pretty much one of the most important months that we've had so far in this Premier League title race. We've got Leicester, we've got Arsenal, we've got City that's been rescheduled, we've got Watford, Southampton, and then into the last 2 games of the season. But we don't have to worry about that just yet, as we now face off against West Ham. I've picked my side already, so let's head off into the game. A quick look at the two teams then. This is our starting 11. So Lance Moore comes in for Henderson. We've got Augustinson. Ayer Godfrey is in at centre-back in place of Todibo. Gravenberch into midfield and De La Vega on the right. For West Ham, there is their 11. A 4-1-4-1 it looks like. Haaland leading the line. Chukwueze on the right. They're probably the two players to keep your eyes on. And we'll see how this game goes. Here is Chukwueze inside our penalty area. Across to Haaland. Godfrey there with the first block. But the ball vitally falls back to West Ham's man. And it's 1-0. And we let that happen too easily. The defending there was abysmal from us. It really was. The fans inside the ground love it. And understandably so, because it's put their side 1-0 in front. And number 10 is the man to do it. But it's all about Chukwueze who really creates this. I don't understand why he was so, clear through on the right wing. Augustinson just seemingly fell asleep and just didn't watch the run. Rice towards Solano. The first touch from Solano was okay as he now makes his way into the West Ham penalty area. The man you want in this position, but it's a big save from Benitez. Our first chance of the game, and what a chance it was. How has that not quite worked out? Benitez, what a save. All right, we've got ourselves a corner. I'll apologise as well. I accidentally left the game sound on mute for West Ham's goal. So if I remember, I'll put some music over it. So it's not just my voice that you can hear. But it should be good for now. Ayer recollects the play for us. Now De La Vega. West Ham are sat really deep in their own half here since they've scored. Solano again. He really is the player that we're looking towards. And that is nicely done. Pedro De La Vega, maybe to pull it back. Look at all the bodies inside the area from West Ham. It's in the post. But Bardi will turn home the rebound. And that is the equalising goal we needed. As he runs over to the camera, the captain on the day, and shushes to all those fans out there. I'm not really sure who he's shushing, to be honest, because there isn't any critics of Bardi. He's been pretty good for us this year. But I will say, did you see the amount of players between De La Vega and the goal there? And he still managed to find the shot. Back off the post. Bardi's there. And thankfully so. We're back level. Not too long left now as Chukwueze gets his shot away. And Moore with a smart save to his left. That was a very good save, actually, by all accounts. Because that was heading into the bottom corner. Nice effort from Chukwueze. And there is the full-time whistle. We have to go to extra time again in the FA Cup. Poulsen's in, and Poulsen on the spin. He's onside as well. Oh no, that's disastrous. How did that actually work? Oh, you've got to be joking. I thought he was offside. We made a triple change before we got back underway for the first half of extra time. Kovalenko, St. Maximin, and Laqueda all on. How did that go in? Oh, no. I mean, it's a good hit. Oh, Moore should save it. He should save it. He seemingly dives out of the way of it. Don't get me wrong. The shot is very good from Poulsen, who's on for Haaland. But I still think our goalkeeper there should make the save. Maybe we should have gone with Henderson. And now, 20 minutes until the end of this game to try and salvage something. Please, referee, add some time on. We've got 2 additional minutes. Godfrey carrying forward. We need some options now. St. Maximin to Solano. No! We're just so tired on the ball. The turns feel like they're just taking an age. And that's the game. West Ham have beaten us in the FA Cup quarter-final by 2-1. And I've got to say, I am livid with that. Oh, I don't know how we lost it. Poulsen's goal, man. I still think Moore should save it. I want another look at it just to make sure that I am kind of not being harsh on our goalkeeper. West Ham fans are loving that. And frankly so, they should be. Because they've done one over us on us there. They got the goal, they defended. We finally got back into it. Bardi with the goal. They then got the goal back in extra time. And after that, did everything they could to waste the time. And they did it so well. So credit to them. They're through. Now, I want to see this goal again. So Poulsen wins the header back to there. Ayer's playing them completely onside. The line there is so bad from us, the offside line. In fairness, so too is Augustinson, so I'll let Ayer off. But he spins. More. Did you dive out of the way of this? It's not the end of the world, right? It is what it is. But when does he actually dive? Is the ball already past him? So at this point, he's not even diving. Look how close. Look at where the ball is before he starts to dive. That's really bad from Moore. So that's where the ball... Oh, look how close he is, ladies and gentlemen. Look at... I mean, it's more through his hand. But still, should save it. Should save it. And I think that just solidifies the fact that Henderson is our number one. Along with the tremendous performances that he's had, that there is just not good enough. Admittedly, I think West Ham did deserve to go through. You can see 6 shots, 6 on target. We had 5-3 on target. So they probably were the better side on the day. But it doesn't change the fact, right, that we were in that game. We had a chance. Well, it seems like the Carabao Cup will be our only trophy of this season then for now. And we now go to a very tough away game up against Spurs. And after that, Everton at home to finish off. So I'll see you for the Spurs game up next. We are back to full strength for this Spurs game. Their team popped up really quickly, by the way. So sorry about that. I actually missed it. They've got Belotti up front. They've got Rodri in midfield. Casemiro holding midfield. Eriksen's still in there as well. You'll probably see the team as we go on through the game. But yeah, it's not a bad Spurs side. 1 or 2 other players in there that I question. The likes of Busquets, who right now I'm sure is getting on a little bit in terms of age. So maybe they could have had 1 or 2 more options in there to improve on him. Maybe he's not that bad. If he scores now and runs the show, I'm going to look silly, aren't I? But this is an important game for our title race right here. And I expect that with our team, we should get the job done. Lovely ball through by Solano to Vargas. Already a chance. And a big moment in the game kept out by Livakovic, who I think is he like the Football Manager? Kind of wonder goalkeeper, if you will. I hope I said his name right as well. Spurs looking for a chance of their own. The ball into the middle. Pedrosa with the first header away. Kovalenko gets another to it. What has just happened there? Silva hits the post for the home side. How did they get the chance from that, though? Oh, man, Augustinsson. So slow to get into that ball. I think it was him anyway. Great ball down the line here from Bardi. And now look at the run of St. Maximin. Solano on the inside. It's not the best delivery back towards him, but he still makes it work, does he? No! Oh, my. How have we not scored? Kovalenko. All the goal to aim at. And he goes the way the keeper was. Put it in the other side, in the left bottom corner. It's 1-0 all day long. You can't be passing up opportunities like that in a game like this. 1.5 minutes to play here. Spurs with a late chance. Henderson with a big save. If we'd have lost it there, that would have been just so bad. I mean, it's still not a great result. 0-0. I know it's a tough game, this, and they beat us earlier on in the season, but the way it is right now, I'm not even sure if City are playing at the same time, so I don't know what's going on in their game. I don't know if they are playing, if they are, what the score is. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but it looks like we will be held to a 0-0 draw here in this game. And you have to look back at that Kovalenko chance in the first half. And that was the goal. That was it. Full time here. I hope that City slip up. Admittedly, I don't see it happening. If we'd have been sort of 3rd or 4th, I'd have come away from this game thinking, that's great. You know, we were the better team for parts of that game. It was a fairly even contest in the end. 0-0, it's a draw, I'll take it, especially away from home. But we're not 3rd or 4th. We're top. We're fighting for the title. I guess off to Everton. We'll check out if City have won after this. City are yet to play their game, so we'll see what result they get as we advance the days. I'm assuming that once it finishes, we will see. And as we do see, they've gone back top. So, advantage to them. 9 games to play. Of course, with Everton to end off the day here, I'd like to think we'll get 3 points. I don't know their running. We've still got to play them, remember, though, so it doesn't really matter too much. I do think that game against them probably will be the decider, especially with how late it comes into the actual season as well. But are we headed for another ridiculous Premier League campaign where a point might separate 2 teams for the title? That would be some story, right? Let's get ourselves into the Everton game and try and end with a win. St. Maximin will get the game underway for us here. I've had to make a change. Solano has dropped to the bench due to fitness reasons. And Alan St. Maximin will be leading the line today in that striker role. I feel like out of the three that we had to choose from, De La Vega, Vargas and St. Maximin, he's probably the best in terms of finishing out the three of those. So we'll see if he has a good game up there. We do have Solano, though, available to us, just not quite fully fit for the game. Everton 4-2-3-1. Nobody really in their team to worry about too much. I think probably El Shaarawy maybe was their best player. But yeah, other than that, it's quite a surprisingly weak Everton side, I would say. As I say this, if they score the first goal, that'll make this game a little bit interesting, won't it? The ball into the box, Pedrosa. Interesting header, to say the very least, but we do end up dealing with the danger. And the ball out wide to Vargas as he can just use his pace. Look at this. Already by Vargas. Able to get past one. Driving into the Everton penalty area. Trying to find anybody available. And Everton get it away. And this is dangerous here as Jefferson Lerma. And we are 1-0 down. You just couldn't write this. End of season slump may be on the cards for us. Watch how many times we try and clear this as well. I just thought we'd deal with it, and we never did. I tell you what, we are missing Serginho Dest. And I apologise here for the lag that you are experiencing. It is not you, it is my game for some reason. I'm not sure what the reason is behind this, but anyway. Yeah, I really don't know what this lag is. I mean, we can't even see the chance, right? Or the amount of times we had to clear it. Oh, that is frustrating. We need Dest back, and he won't be back for the rest of this season. Because Augustinson at left back is just not having a good time of things. And then equally, Pedrosa playing out of position. He's not performing as we know he can. Half-time change for us. Solano came on as we look to try and get ourselves back into this game. City are 2-0 up against Crystal Palace. So they will go. That's not a good pass. They will go 4 points clear at the top of the table. And right now, we are not seeing anything from us to suggest that we are title challengers. In fairness, we've not really seen much from Everton either, though. So, other than the goal, they've not really put together much. Marriott here on the right-hand side. We need to just get a chance just to do something in the game. And right now, we're not seeing that. Ayer towards Kovalenko. Now out wide towards St. Maximin. Finally, a moment where we can actually try and utilise the space. St. Maximin, right-hand side. Pulls it back towards Bardi in the middle. Ennis Bardi! What a finish! And that is a big goal! 25 minutes left. Get this win! What a finish though. Jefferson Lerma towards Davis and now El Shaarawy inside our penalty area. No shots. Pedrosa hasn't managed to get the ball just yet. El Shaarawy still has it, pulls it across. Ayer with the block. This is dangerous now. We can't afford to give Everton a goal back in this. There isn't enough time for us to go up the other end and score twice. As Vargas will make a challenge, but it'll be a corner. Time is ticking away. Oh, we're going to be left frustrated again, aren't we? Changes coming through for Everton. El Shaarawy with a corner. City are 3-0 up now as well, so there's no chance of a late Crystal Palace fight back in that game. Augustinson's header hasn't cleared it. Pennington down. He's onside somehow, El Shaarawy. And they're just wasting the clock. Oh, this is ridiculous. Another corner. It's done. I think, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't now win, hang on a second because the game isn't done. St. Maximin clear it down the line. If we now don't beat City, I don't think the title is ours. Draw against Spurs I can handle, albeit I was still disappointed. But a draw against an Everton side that really, I don't think has much quality in it. And I don't mean that to disrespect them or anything. But looking at the two teams on paper, I don't think they're anywhere near our quality. But they certainly showed up. Very poor game in the end. One shot apiece and it was taken really. Bardi with ours, Lerma with theirs. And that ends off a disappointing end to the day. Some good news before we go though today. We do have now Solano 90 rated. He's our second player to reach that. Lopez being first. But he's our only player right now in the team who is 90 rated. So yeah, that's quite cool to see. However, it remains to be seen, right? The title today has taken a bit of a hit. We look at the standings. 3 points is now the gap to City. And I'm pretty sure they've got a better goal difference than us. Yes. So even if we beat them, we also need a result elsewhere to go in our favour too. We'll try and take it as far as we can, but it's going to be tough from this point forward. 8 games to go. I'll still take a second place, most definitely, you know. If you'd have given that to me at the start of the season, I would have happily have accepted. Our next game is up against Palace, who are down in, well, fourth from bottom, I should say. And they've picked up 16 points, 5 wins this season, 1 draw. They've got the lowest goal scoring record in the league and have also conceded 70 goals. So if we don't win that game, we don't deserve the title, put it that way. So we'll see what the next episode brings. Regardless, a massive thank you for watching this one. If you have enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. Apologies for the little bit of lag experienced in that last game. I'm not sure the reason for it, but hopefully it doesn't happen again. If you are new around here and like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below to follow me and help me get one step closer to 100k subscribers. Until next time, stay safe, have a great day, have a great evening, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Until then, adios.